Hi all, welcome to the CSL Team of the Season Prediction Guide. Now, with the Team of the Season for CSL being a bit tricky to kind of predict because it's working off last season, so you've got to kind of dig a bit deeper into stats and kind of see who got last year and then kind of think who could have got in for, say, this year, regardless. But if you can smash links, though, would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G is a legend. All links are down below for posting channel and social media links as always. Comment down below who you think may get a CSL Team of the Season card. Obviously half the team kind of picks itself, mainly because of like last year, quite a few had Team of the Season cards or moments. So fundamentally looking at it, the easy options, as you can see, are like Paulinho, Ronaldo, Augusto, Oscar, Aaron Zahavi. They all had Team of the Season or Team of the Season moments cards. Now, because it's stretching out to 11, my theory is Junling Yang, the goalkeeper, will be a very likely shout, mainly also because he got given a gold, and also he'd be given quite a healthy boost. He'd actually be quite not usable because obviously people aren't really going to use CSL goalkeepers unless they're like 99 rated and have like godly stats, but he would still deserve it, and I think he would be given a good boost. I'm speculating maybe saying 87. I'm only going that on the basis of like kind of the consistency rating. That's kind of why I've done that. I looked at Henderson's Dean Henderson's upgrade for go of a similar mindset. Sheng Xiao Wang, the right back, he seems to be like right back, right mid, sometimes at left back. Could be quite fun, but obviously, as we've said before, with Junling Yang, folk aren't going to use him unless you're going to go a full CSL Team of the Season squad for, or like a best possible CSL squad. Then that's maybe the only reason why. Zhang Zhu, another one. Him and Ang Lee could be like okay. Like Ang Lee, to be honest, could be one of these ones, if boosted right, for a centre back, could actually be quite a fun centre back because he would have good pace, good shooting, good passing, good dribbling. He'd kind of almost be like a poor man's version of like those like kind of defenders that have like good stats for attacking that you sometimes see in FIFA, maybe like a David Luiz when they get the flashback, for example. It's like a cheap version of it, and just a bit of fun regardless. Paulinho obviously has his flashback. He was a Team Season moments last year. I remember last year I felt really tempted to do it, but I didn't. And regardless, I still feel if they did a Team of the Season for him and during Team of the Season, with obviously his flashback being 88, I'd expect his TOTS to be saying 92, 93 maybe. I'd hope not 91. I'd want at least a decent jump to make me feel excited. Now, if he does happen, I'll be like, oh, well, we're in the money kind of element, but it's difficult to say because Paulinho could get the nod in. It depends how they kind of implement it, because the one player that could miss out is Talisca. Now, if Talisca misses out, then it gets a bit tricky and annoying because some people will think Talisca should get in, some people think that it'll be Paulinho, but I still feel Paulinho would be the more appealing of the two because Talisca could be a right mid rather than a cam. But we'll see what would happen. Renato Augusto, he got a Team Season last year. Now we're kind of basing it basically off last year's card. Same for Oscar. Both of them seem most logical, but saying that with Oscar, you could in theory boost it just a little bit higher just to make it more appealing, because the CSL has obviously not happened, so you're trying to kind of make the cards look a bit more usable, as it were. That's kind of the way I'm thinking about it, and so that's kind of why I think like for the likes of Renato Augusto and Oscar, you've got to kind of make them usable. Yun Kao, the Chinese left mid, very good season he had when they played. Now, this is why I'm saying, does he get over Talisca? Possibly, but you're trying to obviously make the league team as appealing as possible, but also kind of justify some of the Chinese players that deserve a spot as well. So that's kind of why we feel he does deserve a spot in. And saying that, like this is where Talisca could tap in as an SBC, so that's why we've kind of went Yundin Cow. For the forwards, Erin Zahavi, he got a team season last year anyway, so, and he was at least a little fun card. I enjoyed trading with him quite a lot. He was useful for me in that regards. Then TOTS Teixeira was very impressive last season. I was quite shocked he never even got a, like, even as an SBC card, or even like a rest of the world team this season, depending on how they obviously operated it. But Teixeira, from a CSL view, should get in, looking at the goal tally regardless. So that would be kind of my assumption. Plus it would kind of be based around his footies card, but they may, from FIFA 19, but they may want to boost the pace up to as close to 99 as possible, just to kind of say, let's have a bit of fun. That's kind of what you want to look at. I think a lot of people would be like, if that card happens, it might not necessarily be cheap, but it would be at least a bit of fun. And I think a lot of people would just kind of be like sick of a 99 rated 99 pace striker. Then if you thought one 99 pace player was bad enough, then you throw Acheampong just to kind of throw in more salt into the wounds. Obviously, he was another player that stood out very impressive. Well, yes, the team themselves weren't as impressive. Acheampong, to be honest, was one of these players. If he hadn't scored all the goals and assists that he had, then potentially his team may have ended up being potentially relegated or so forth. But I would say, looking at it, I feel CSL, if they do it right, they should really give us, like, say, about 15 cards all told, like 11 for the squad, 1 for objective, and then 3 SBCs. I would realistically say, if I was to look at objective players, you're probably looking at them going, I feel, someone from either like Shang, like them. I can't see them going like obviously Hamshik or a Hulk, for example, but someone that's going to be given a decent boost and a bit of fun. As I say, that's maybe where like one of the players that we have kind of mentioned, like Yundin Cow or Sheng Shao Wang, someone like that potentially may just boost up dramatically to like an 88, 89 rated card. Like SBCs, as I said, maybe like Talisca or even like Hamshik, for example, or Musa Dembele. They'll easily find ways to potentially juice up, as we've noticed with like how we had like the Flashback Hulk and Flashback Miranda. We know that they were giving the league a bit of attention, and especially since it was giving the league a bit more usable players, I feel they will kind of do that with the CSL TOTS. I feel now that they've kind of obviously mentioned it, yes, it's annoying. There's like, you're having to rely on last season's fixtures, and you've also kind of got to rely on who got basically a TOTS last year to kind of give you a good indicator. And when you've got Renato Augusto, Oscar, Paulinho and Zahavi, they were and obviously Carrasco, but obviously Carrasco now plays back at Atletico Madrid. I can't see him happening as a flashback, solely because it's like it's not applicable to the league. You'll only probably get those that are playing within the league that would happen. So as I said, other possibles that could happen, you might see Wagner, you could see Pella, you may see Fellaini, for example. Fellaini could be a bit of a crazy card with team of season-esque boost on him. I'm sure he wouldn't be necessarily getting into teams, but he would at least be a bit of a fun card to at least have a run around with. Like, even if he was the objective card, there's enough different players that I can think within the league that they could give an objective card to. And honestly, they could give 2, but we'll see what happens. Like, as I said, I don't know necessarily when this may be released. It could be as early as the Monday, with like either La Liga or another league, depending how it drops, because it depends what the theme is. Because you've got to remember as well, there's a lot of Brazilians in this league, so they could easily use that as a platform to say, oh, this is what you may expect in your packs, to kind of troll us. You know what EA are like sometimes. So that's why I thought I'd at least get through these predictions and take it from there. So let me know, folks, in the comment down below, does any of the CSL team of the season appeal to you in any shape or form? Lastly, as always, sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, G's a Legend. Comment down below if there is anyone that you may think that could get in, and I'll catch you all later.